Hey, my name is Meagan Clanahan. I am the co-owner of Houston Moms, and we are bringing you a very special episode this month of Houston Moms on the Move. It's our new series designed to inspire, encourage, uh, walk with you in the trenches that is this life that we call motherhood. And we have another episode releasing this month, but I wanted to bring you a very special episode today. Um, for those of you who don't know me, my daughter Quinn was born with a congenital heart defect. And in the subsequent surgeries and networking and bonding with people, which is the worst but best club ever, I met an amazing mom. And February is Heart Month, and it is specifically Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Month. And I wanted you to meet this amazing mom who I have the privilege to call my friend. And Stephanie McDaniel is joining us. She is the founder of the Graeme McDaniel Foundation. We're just going to chat a little bit about what that is, how it got started. And I do want to say, um, there is a trigger warning if you have a child loss in your life. This may not be the episode for you. And so I do want to make that clear at the beginning, that we will be kind of diving into a little bit of that. But without further ado, Steph, thanks so much for being here this morning.
Thanks, Megan. I appreciate it. I'm always honored to share my son and our foundation and what we've done for the heart community. So thanks for having me, especially during Heart Month. Kind of extra special. So, yeah. So you want me to go ahead and get started about
Yeah, so
life?
yeah, if you want to
Okay.
kind of share um how the Graeme McDaniel Foundation was born, and it was,
Okay.
very much born out of grief. But if you kind of want to talk
Yeah.
about Graeme and how this is all 10 years later, I think. So,
Yeah. So we were happily pregnant, had a very easygoing pregnancy. And when we went in for just a routine heart check with my middle son, my second child, the doctor found that his heart rate was in the 70s. She thought he was in distress. We immediately delivered, and they found out that he was not in distress. He'd actually gone into heart block between that appointment and my last appointment. Um, so they did a bunch of scans on him and found out that he had several congenital heart defects. That was something that we knew nothing about, had never heard of a heart problem in a child. I just thought those were reserved for people that had lived long lives or maybe not the healthiest lives. And we quickly learned that 1 in every 100 babies is born with a heart defect, which was kind of mind blowing because I knew at least 100 babies, and I was like, why isn't this something that I've heard about or prepared for? Um, so Graham was quickly taken to the medical center where he underwent several procedures. He had a temporary pacemaker implanted and they widened his aorta. He had a coarctation repair done, 9 days old. And then several weeks later, he had a permanent pacemaker placed in his abdomen and then also a pulmonary artery band placed. And then we came home and we had a lot of appointments, but for the most part, a wonderful, I'm not going to say easy, but it was just a beautiful life with Graham. And I had a 2-year-old at the time. So it was just, we're in that chaotic toddler, newborn phase, and then just life with 2 little boys. We were gearing up for a big procedure called the double switch procedure when Graeme was about 2.5 years old, and his little heart just had had enough and done all it could do. And we unfortunately lost Graeme. Out of that um, fog of grief and heartbreak, some of my very close friends were like, we need to do something special. From the moment Graham was born, we started talking about so much of this is out of our control, but there's got to be something that we can do, some way that we can impact his life and others like him. So we immediately looked into research and what research was being done and how we could support that. So we would host little annual crawfish boils and lemonade stands, and just a way to kind of get our family and friends kind of to rally. And it slowly spread. We'd reach neighbors and extended family. And after we lost Graham, some of my dear friends wanted to do more. They wanted to have a walk or a run, just to remember him, share his name with the community, but also um, continue to raise money and help us do good. So that was the first of this incredible growth of what is now the Graeme McDaniel Foundation. It's called Graham's Run, and we are now about to enter our 10th year. And Graham's Run just started as a small, beautiful community gathering. And I hope to my goal was maybe we could write a $10,000 check for research. That would just be a really incredible way to remember Graham and kind of just have something beautiful from this horrible, experience that Robbie and I had just gone through, and his big brother, and our family. And it just, one thing led to another. And we've now funded almost $1 million in research. We've been a foundation, an official foundation, for the last almost, I guess, 4 years now. So we're going to fund our fourth round of research this summer. We've added other events. We now have a gala as well. Meagan, I was going to be so strong. I have a goal. One day I'm going to be able to share and just not end up in tears, but not there yet, and that's okay. So we've added a gala, and it's become just a really beautiful way to not only for us to have hope, but the other 1 in 100 that are affected just like us. So we just rally the community, rally the sponsors, the supporters, the researchers, and we just continue to be a place for people to pour hope into. So that was something we wanted and needed so badly when so many things were out of our control and we just couldn't do anything. We got Graham into what we felt like was the best place for care, but as a parent, you can't fix them. So having a place that people can go to is just a really beautiful therapeutic gift for me.
It's been incredibly beautiful to watch you from the sidelines. And for those who are watching or listening, I first heard of Graham's story. It was like on a Facebook. There was a congenital heart defect group of parents who were going and walking through this journey at the same time. And we all had, I think, the same shirts and whatnot. And so we met on the periphery. So I remember the day that I saw the news, and you know, my daughter's journey has been a little bit different. Um, but I have had the pleasure to see Steph do this as a mom and still raising two kids and walking in her own grief to take something that you're right, it was like a simple idea, but like the community really, really embraced it. And we're going to talk more about the run at the end, but it's been amazing to watch her journey. And I guess my biggest question is how, I mean, because what I love about your foundation and why Houston Moms supports us every year, and obviously I support you personally, but you are able to do your foundation with very little overhead, which means that Steph is doing a lot of this, where so much of the money is being put directly back into congenital heart defect awareness, and research and, future things for our kids and better outcomes. So how do you balance that? Because this is, I mean, it's such it's a passion project. It's,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
everything that encompasses your family, but then also you're also a mom to two growing kiddos and who have needs and a husband and all of those. So what is your balance strategy there? How do you take?
That's a really great question. And I feel like I evaluate it every day because as even the best mom, you feel like you get it wrong. And there's a part in every day where you're like, man, I definitely could have done better. But Robbie, when I pitched this idea to Robbie, my husband, he was 100% on board from the moment I mentioned it, which has been huge to me. We're in a position where I can do this full-time volunteer. Um, I wanted to do this to where, I mean, any of us can donate to any foundation and feel great about it and like we're making a difference. But I really wanted every penny to go right to where we said it's going to go. It's going to research. And I knew if we have employees and we have an office, that's not going to be the case. So um, we really we work really hard to be able to do that. But like you said, with that, it is me. I have an amazing group of volunteers for all my events, and that run the roads for me and really help out. But day-to-day operations and events, it is my passion. I love it and I want to do it. I want to do it all. I want to do 10 times more than I'm doing. But I really do. I try to work really hard during the day when my family is at school, when my kids are at school and my husband's at work. So when they get home, I really try to turn it off. It's hard because, I see a email come in from a researcher or a donor, or, we have an event a month away and vendors are reaching out and sponsors are reaching out. It's really hard not to, but I really try to reserve a couple hours in the evening to where I'm not doing anything. I fail at that every day, but I really try. Um, and I really try also to Jules loves it. She wants to do, my 8-year-old wants to do everything. She wants to help me with everything. And she is my best little mini me. Um, but my son, he really loves to be involved and he's so proud of this foundation and so proud to share his brother that I can usually recruit him for little things too. And he's so that's kind of the way I justify when I need to do things outside of school working hours. Um, but it's kind of a team effort. It really is. And as you know, it's hard to turn off because there are always so many different ideas and so many ways to fundraise. And so many heart centers that I still need to share the foundation with so that they can submit research applications. And it's just a never ending. But I also know that I have to reserve some because um, this is a long journey. We're not going to be able to make a huge difference immediately. It's going to take time. It's going to take patience. And I really try to rein some of that in so I can um, stick with it long term because it's so critical. So didn't really answer the question. I wish I had like an exact here is what I do, but
No, it was
I
good. No,
I
I
don't think
think
it exists.
no, balance is the toughest thing.
Yeah,
And usually when I ask people, it's just like, we all kind of do our best. And to your point, like we do our best. Like we may have failed
yeah.
yesterday. Our balance was just not there. And, I don't know how
And
you,
I
I
feel
get
like
like,
if an email comes in and I'm like in the middle doing something with Mason, and I'll be like, "Oh, Mace, this researcher just shared this with me," and he's like, "Oh, wait," I kind of like
yeah.
rope him in a little bit so I don't seem so disconnected from family life sometimes. But yeah, you're right. The balance is
Well, and I
it's
think
tough.
that is like the key is to have open communication with your kiddos. So
Yeah,
sometimes I'll just be like, hey, you know what? Like mom's in a really crazy season right now. Like
yeah,
you are in a crazy season right now because there's Graham's run coming up. Um, we have rodeo cook-off. We have a bunch of fun things happening too, but um it's I think we need to just tell them, like, you
yeah,
know what, like mom's gonna try a different, thing tomorrow. But for today, this is where, my energy is. And I love that you involve the kids in so much of it.
yeah.
Um, I'll have to see if I can get a picture posted. I may post it in comments um of Mason and Quinn at the
Yes, at the
gala,
gala. Yes,
because
you should.
Mason does love to be involved, and Quinn does not have a problem being involved or recognized for
Mhm.
her. And so they were a really sweet pair to see. And again, like a friendship for them, like born out of
Yeah.
grief, but there's been some really beautiful moments in this. It has been truly a joy to see um, what you've done. And to have Graeme McDaniel Foundation, like it's an actual foundation, it's a 501(c)(3). We'll
Yeah.
pop in the comments below how you can support. But one way we can also support
Yes.
coming up, so we've been alluding to this run. It's
Yeah.
out in Katy at No Label Brewery. It's the 22nd. Tell us how people
Yes.
sign up, how they can go out, and what to expect that day, because it's the most fun day. But give them an
Yes.
overview.
It is. Okay. So Graham's Run is happening. I think I mentioned it's its 10th annual, which is really just crazy to believe that, I've said I'll do it as long as people continue to come. And more people come every year. Last year we had 1,800 people join us and we raised $200,000. So I'm beyond excited to see how many people join us this year and support. But the run, and I say run loosely because it is a very family friendly. There are lots of runners, but there are also lots of walkers. We have a 1 mile that's like an out and back. And then we also have a lot of spectators. So we have people that come, and tons of restaurants around the Katy area have generously donated lots of food and drink. And then with your registration, it comes with a soft shirt if you're able to register by the 9th. And then also two pints from No Label. So you get a pint glass, and then you'll get two free drink tickets with your bib, with your run bib. And the day is full of face painting, balloon artists. We have an awesome band up there, Marcus. It's just a really it's always just a beautiful day. So I would love for anybody that's willing and able to join us to come on out to No Label on the 22nd. The run actually starts at 8:30, but you can arrive a little bit earlier and get parked and enjoy a cup of coffee and a taco and just spend some time. We have a bunch of great raffles donated by some really generous people and businesses, and we'll just hope to raise a ton of money that we can fund research with this summer. And
Oh,
yeah,
it's such,
great day.
it is the one thing, not the one thing, but like it is a thing that our family looks forward to every single year. Um, we get the whole crew out there. The shirts are the best. And so I'm not sure if this will air in time for people to get the shirt, but they can plan for next year to get
Yes,
the
yes.
shirt. Um,
And we
we
usually do have, I try to order a couple extra, so we usually do have
okay.
a good stock. So
I mean, because they are, we kind of live in those over here. They're awesome. But it is a really lovely day, and a great day to remember. And not only that, it's a really super impactful day for CHD research. And so, we hope that you guys can come out. I'm
yeah,
going to put the registration link, below
okay.
so you can get signed up. If you want to just donate outside of that, there's an option to do that as well. And so, although come walk with me, I'm not going to be running. So we can do the 1 mile together. We can all walk a mile. So, I would love to see you out there that day. And Steph would love to see you. And, Steph, thank you for sharing Graeme, not only here, but so very publicly. Um, it's making a huge difference. $1 million. Um, you are certainly a mom's on the move. Um, to me and to your family, and I'm so thankful um for what you're able to do to research, for kiddos like Quinn and for people who are pregnant and don't know that this is a thing. Um, it's incredibly important. Maybe one day we'll get to the point where we don't sob. Um, today's not
Yeah,
that day, and that's okay.
yeah.
Um, is there anything else you would like to share with our Houston Moms audience?
No, I'm just grateful that moms do have a place to share because it's not easy when you feel like you're, the only person. So you're not. And it's just it's it's such a blessing to be supported the way that our family's been supported. So I pray that for every family and mom going through difficult things. It's find your people and we'll just all keep trying to make the world a better place. So,
Community is everything.
yeah.
Motherhood can feel very lonely through our respective journeys of whatever we may be going through. And so um, I'm so thankful that you've gotten wrapped up in a community that loves you, loves your family. Um, Again, this was a special episode of Houston Moms on the Move where I cried a lot. And that's okay, because sometimes we need to cry. And I'm incredibly thankful to Steph for joining us and for sharing a little bit more about her journey. Again, I'll put all the links below of everything you need to know about Graeme McDaniel Foundation. And again, this is February, it's Heart Month. Um, it's incredibly important to us, to our family, to Houston moms to raise awareness for CHD. So we thank you for joining us. We will be back next month with another Mom on the Move. Hint, it's rodeo related. And I may have an update about how Steph and I do in a rodeo cook-off to benefit Graeme McDaniel Foundation too. So that will be super fun. We will probably not cry that day. So we will see what happens.
We
Steph,
might. We
thank
might.
you. I love you. And we'll see you guys next time.